Alright guys, first code red up. It's gonna be Soul Survivor. Really awesome cover art. The flick I could not get into. I tried to. It's highly recommended by a lot of YouTubers here, but I wasn't feeling it at the time, so I will definitely have to give this another fucking viewing. But it has to deal with a woman who survives an airplane disaster, and Death is pissed off because it should have claimed her. So it comes at her in more ways than one, and no, it's not Final Destination. Soul Survivor, and that's gonna be number 7 on the spine. Alright guys, next up, awesome zombie flick. Y'all should have already seen, and if you haven't, go pick this up immediately. Alright, director's cut. This is the 1-disc version. There is a 2-disc version released by Code Red as well, and I picked this one up at the time, under $10, but highly recommend it. Oh, and that's number 9 on the spine. Alright, next up is Strangeness. This movie's really claustrophobic at times, but very slow, and the creature at the end just does not give you a good payoff. They use claymation, but the creature looks like a giant walking vagina with tentacles. So, go figure. Definitely don't spend $30 for this movie, unless you're a hardcore Code Red collector. And the spine on the Strangeness is going to be number 21. And if I'm not mistaken, this movie goes by the name The Creeper. I'm not sure, but I know it has like 2 names. But this flick isn't too bad. Of course, with Code Red movies, you get iffy cuts, and there's a couple of bad reels, but hey, if you haven't seen it and you remember it back from your childhood days, I would highly recommend you try to score this. It goes for about $25 right now on Amazon, but this is only for the hardcore rituals. Oh yeah, and the spine number on that, it's going to be 24. Next up, Slithis. I would call this a Humanoids from the Deep ripoff, but with just one creature. And the surprising thing is, it's rated PG, but there's quite a bit of like good kills and a nice rape scene with boobies and penetration. Yeah, the creature gets busy. So, you know, definitely recommend you check this out if you're down with those ripoffs. And yeah. You also get a rape sequence. And the spine number on that is going to be number 30. Next up, Exterminators of the Year 3000. Love that cover art. This kid is like insane. This guy is crazy, and that chick's hot. But anyway, it's about a post-apocalyptic world, and water is what everybody's looking for. Really badass, so this one really blew my mind. It's really well done, and yeah, it's that kind of old school style, Road Warrior, you know, that post-apocalyptic Enzo G. Coscarelli, New Barbarians kind of shit, you know. Highly recommend this if you can score this for a cheap price. I know sometimes it fluctuates from like $80 to about $30, but if you could spend like under 20, definitely score this little gem. Really awesome. And that's going to be spine number 34. Alright guys, next up, Night Child. This is kind of like a, I wouldn't say exorcist, it just has a whole other flow to it, but of course, I think this was from 75, yeah, it is from 75, yeah, and it's about this little girl who is possessed, and it's a real slow burner, and the trailer really looks like it's awesome, but yeah, it's not gonna be for everybody, but if you're a big fan of the 70s flicks, I would highly recommend you check this out. If I had to rate it, I'd say 3 out of 5. And that's gonna be spine 35. Next up, The Dead or Alive. I paid, like, I'm not gonna lie, I paid about $25 for this movie. Because at the time it was out of print and it was gonna go up supposedly, but this movie sucks ass. I could not get into it. I've only seen it once. I actually seen it twice, and the second time was the worst experience than the first. Yeah, don't get fooled by the awesome cover. It's really awesome, right? The Dead or Alive, I think this goes by an Italian name actually, and this is the American title. You know how Code Red does it. But yeah, it boasted some good stuff, but I actually did not witness that. So it's your call, guys. If you want to spend the big bucks, yeah, but stay away from this stinker. You can do a lot better. And that spine's gonna be 37. Next up, Madman, and this is the first Code Red I ever bought, and I had to go out with a bang because I had never seen Madman growing up. I had always wanted to, and I never got the chance. And I finally got to, and this movie blew me away. I know they're the Anchor Bay version, and people shit on this one, but you know what? Being my first time watching the movie, awesome, and it blew me away. And I'm a big fan of Madman Mars, and I'll admit it, I wouldn't mind seeing like a sequel, maybe not a remake, but a sequel, maybe. I don't know. Either way, this is really dear to my heart. My first Code Red and Madman. That spine number is going to be number 39. Down to the last four, we have Light Blast next, which is a really underrated Enzo G. Coscarelli flick. I rarely hear people speak about this movie, maybe other than Extra, Mutilator, but this was years ago. Man, if you can get your hands on this, do so immediately. This movie is just balls to the wall, awesome, and you get the one and only Eric Estrada in his prime before he was a douchebag. Well, he's probably always a douchebag, but this movie I highly recommend, guys. I think it went back down to $25 on Amazon. It was going for like $79, and I scored it for 14 a couple years back before it was getting talked about. And so yeah, I'm just trying to pass on the news. If you're into that cheesy action Enzo G. Coscarelli shit, go for it. You can't go wrong with this flick. Really awesome. Great. I mean, dude, you got this guy like jumping downtown like in a dune buggy. It's insane. Okay, that's gonna be number 41 on the spine. Next up, guys, gotta be in a hurry now. The Redeemer, Son of Satan, goes by another name, another title, but look at that cover art. The flick is pretty bizarre. It's a slasher, and it does not disappoint. Great DVD art as well. Check it out. Number 42. Second to last, Rivals. But this little kid who stars in Bad Ronald, who is very jealous of his mom dating this guy right here, and he goes to the point as trying to kill him. Not a straight up horror movie, but a drama action thriller with a good payoff in the end. And that's going to be number 44. Last but not least, guys, Nightmare Uncut. I gotta hurry up, sorry about that. Great flick, nothing but highly recommend you check this out. Number 56, double discer. Until next time.
What you got?